Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me for my Oscar recap. Probably a little bit late on this, but I did want to give my thoughts on the 89th Annual Academy Awards, which overall I thought was a pretty good show and flowed pretty well until the very end of the show. I'm not going to get too much into the Best Picture mix-up. I think that everybody's pretty much talked about it. I don't really think I can add too much that hasn't already been said. Let me just say between La La Land and Moonlight, I'm fine with Moonlight winning. They were my two favorite films of last year. They were pretty even for me. It's just unfortunate that Moonlight had to win in this way. But in another way, you can say Moonlight will always be a remembered Best Picture winner as well. So in terms of my predictions, I got 16 out of 24 right, which is decent. I thought I could have done better. There were a lot of upsets this year, in my opinion, but I still think I should have got a few more of these right. Uh, as far as Best Picture, I don't think too many people saw that one coming. But in a way, Moonlight makes sense, as I often say that a timely film and a groundbreaking film win Best Picture. And in a lot of ways, I feel like Moonlight fits into both of those categories. So for Best Picture, we had Moonlight win. I picked La La Land. I missed that one. Best Actor went to Casey Affleck. I went with Denzel Washington. This one was really a coin flip in my opinion, and I picked wrong. But good performance by Casey Affleck. Not my personal first choice, but him winning was fine. He's a deserving winner in my opinion. So Best Actress, Emma Stone won. I got that one correct. No real surprise here, although I do wonder how close it is, seeing as La La Land did not do as well as some people thought it would. Best Director went to Damien Chazelle for La La Land. We've been getting a lot of Best Picture, Best Director splits recently, which is interesting. It used to be pretty rare. It's actually becoming pretty common now. I do think Chazelle, though, just for all the choreography and everything alone in La La Land, was very deserving of Best Director. I got that one correct. Supporting Actor went to Mahershala Ali for Moonlight. I picked Dev Patel for Lion. I really should have went with Ali. A little bit upset with myself that I missed this one, and I loved both performances, Ali and Patel, but I thought Mahershala Ali was a very worthy winner. Viola Davis winning for Fences, I feel was deserved. Even if she was in the wrong category, excuse me. But her win was deserved, and I think everybody saw that one coming. I got that one right. Original screenplay. I picked Manchester by the Sea. It won. Really glad I stuck with that and didn't fall for the La La Land hype train. At least in that category, musicals usually do not do well in screenplay, and this trend continued. Good job on that one, Manchester by the Sea. Best adapted screenplay, I picked Moonlight. It did win. No real big shock there, especially after what happened later in the night with it winning Best Picture. Best foreign language film went to The Salesman, as I suspected, and I got that one right. Not really much else to say about that. La La Land was the winner for cinematography, which wouldn't have been my personal choice, but I did predict it, and it did win. Film editing went to Hacksaw Ridge, which I was going to go with, and then I just bought into the La La Land train, and I really shouldn't have. I think Hacksaw Ridge was a very deserving winner, and I had mentioned it as a sleeper in my predictions. But I did not go with it. So I missed that one. Production design went to La La Land as expected. I also think that was deserved. Not as strong a category as in some years, in my opinion, but fine with La La Land winning, and I predicted it. Costume design, I had the right theory, but I picked the wrong movie. I said La La Land would not win because contemporary costumes hardly ever win. La La Land did not win, but I went with Jackie, and the Academy went with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. No real complaint there, other than I missed it in my predictions. Now, the sound categories were very interesting. We did have a split, but again, I picked the wrong two films. For sound editing, I picked Hacksaw Ridge. It went to Arrival. And for sound mixing, I picked La La Land because musicals often win, but this is the category that went to Hacksaw Ridge. So once again, the sound categories messed me up. Maybe some year I will get both of them right. But I was fine with the two winners that we had. Visual effects went to The Jungle Book. No surprise there, and that was fine by me. I got that one right. Song, I did go with City of Stars, and The Favorite actually won this year. What do you know? So I got that one right. I did like how they opened the ceremony with Justin Timberlake in one of the songs. I think that's something maybe they should do in the future. it balances out the songs a little more throughout the telecast. And when you have a fun, upbeat song like that, it gets the show off to an energetic start. Um, for best score, I went with La La Land and it won. I think that was the biggest lock of the whole show, in my opinion. No big shock there, and very well deserved. Documentary feature went to OJ Made in America. I'm glad I stuck with it because I was tempted to change because of the length of OJ, but I got that one right. Documentary short went to The White Helmets. I actually got that one right after doing some research. Animated feature went to Zootopia, predictably. The Academy usually goes with the safest and most obvious choice, an animated feature, and Zootopia is fine, I guess. Animated short went to Piper. It did go to the more mainstream one this year. I got that right. Live action short actually went to Sing. I picked Enemies Within. I probably wouldn't have picked Sing even as my second choice, so I totally missed that one, and that's fine. There's always one short category that trips me up. This year it was the live action short. And makeup went to Suicide Squad. I actually had a feeling this might happen, but I chickened out and went with Star Trek Beyond because I thought it was a safer choice. Suicide Squad was not the most critically loved film, but it won, and that's fine. I actually didn't see the film, but from what I've seen of the makeup and hairstyling, it was good. So I have no real problem with that. So, like I said, 16 out of 24 overall. Not great, but that seems to be kind of the range a lot of people were in. I could have done a little better by getting the other two acting categories right. Those were categories I probably should have gotten. But, overall, it was a decent show. The ending, whether you think it was good or bad with the Best Picture mix-up, was memorable. Overall, I thought Jimmy Kimmel did an okay job as host. I didn't think he was great or terrible. Some things he did work, some didn't, which for me seems to happen every year with the host. But he was fine overall. He kept the show flowing. So if anybody wants to comment on what they thought of the Oscars or how they did, if you made predictions, you can leave a comment for me. And I look forward to next year's Oscars to see if something else crazy will happen. And I'd like to thank everyone once again for watching, and more content coming soon. Thanks.